Hey y'all, it's a weekend live stream. Time to visit old Ringo. Come on, buddy. How's old Ringo? Aw. Ringo, you having a good weekend? We're giving Ringo his late lunch. We're here with Miss Sapphira, Mr. Preacher, Mr. Bernard. Who's on a restricted diet this weekend? I know Ringo is, and I know I am. Other than that, we're going to try to have a fun weekend. What are you guys doing for fun this weekend? But yeah, you know, welcome to the weekend party. What's everyone been doing so far? Been taking it easy around here. Trying to relax after a long week. Already tired, but hey, thanks for coming on, and we always appreciate seeing new people and learning more about each other. This is Ringo. He's our new friend at the farm. There's a cute little preacher, hoping he can get himself a nugget. We were just cuddling. But yeah, you know. Who's going to have a good time this weekend? Anyone making anything good for dinner? Anybody going out somewhere cool to eat? Carrie Chan Official, how are you? Heike, nice to see you. Hi, this is Ringo the cat. He's one of our farm pals. Heike, how's life in Finland? Either way, we appreciate any likes, comments, or subscribe to the channel. We've got some interesting videos coming out late in the plans to come out. Piper Saunders, how you doing? Jidette, it's correct. Ringo's a very handsome fella. We're just giving him his lunch and saying hi to the internet. Very mighty kitty. A quite warm 16 degrees Celsius. Wow. We still have it quite warm here too. I don't even want to go outside, but I'm sure Ringo's going to make me. Gorgeous Nubian Victoria, hello, gorgeous. How are you doing? Happy weekend. How come there's a don't sign in front of your name, gorgeous Nubian? As in don't even? Or is that in don't even try? Inquiring minds want to know. This is Ringo the cat. You're doing great? Well, great. Happy weekend. Love to hear that. This is a channel where we're a farm hospice. We take in old and sick animals, and Ringo's our new addition, and I like to live stream feeding him his lunch. It's just a sign. I get it. That's cool. Well, happy weekend to you regardless. I hope you got good plans going. And welcome to the farm chat and the farm stream. Been doing these more and more. Ever since we got Ringo on, he's inspired me to come in and do some little streams. Next door in the other room, we got Miss Lexi. She's our 18-year-old cat, Orange Tabby. Oh my gosh, Mui has 25 pets. Strongest Robert, how are you, sir? Indeed, Ringo. Much love to Ringo. Ringo enjoys the love. He is constantly seeking out the love and the attention that he rightfully deserves. 18 wow indeed. The latest video we got going on the channel is a little unusual for the farm channel, but about I think 3 weeks ago, we went to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens and it put together a really awesome, cool video. And it was such a gorgeous place. I took a lot of video of it, and it was really fun editing it. A lot of great memories there. A lot of beautiful plants to see, and I recommend if anyone's ever in Atlanta, they get to the Botanical Gardens, and they also get to the aquarium. Atlanta has the world's largest aquarium. There's my two boys, my chihuahuas. Granny Paula, wow. Just here chilling with Ringo. Woo, careful, Ringo. You missed some up there. Hi, Mimi, how you doing? Did you hit a limit? You done eating? I didn't think there was a bottom to that hole. I think we found it, everybody. I think Ringo's... Oh no. There's Miss Lexi with her siren call. Richard Ortiz, how you doing, boss? You hear the Queen. I think this is gonna be Ringo's food for the moment. We'll get Queen Lexi out here too. But other than that, anyone's got any good plans for the weekend? Granny, you got any good plans? Going anywhere cool? Making any good food? Going out to eat? Having a good time? All the words are taken. Hello, how are you? I recognize that profile picture. I believe you can't put it together though what the name is, and I'm used to seeing with that. Watching Grand Dog, awesome. Edward, nice to see you. Hi, cutie. I'm wearing my Memorial Bruce shirt. Bruce, my black lab. R.I.P. Bruce. Love wearing this shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. It's a good day when I can put this shirt on. What do you think, Ringo? Isn't that good shirt? Sorry, everybody. I don't mean to weird you out. Ringo's a kissy cat. The Facet Trio's on the phone, Ringo. They're trying to steal his donuts. That's true. I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say I would want to steal some of your donuts too. Donuts sound delicious. Rosalinda Garcia, how are you? Welcome to the channel. It's great to see that you're here. Let's see what's going on with the queen. Lexi, hi. You can come out and say hi? Come on. Come on out. Come on out. Here's our 18-year-old orange tabby, Miss Lexi. You don't have to worry about anything. Can we get you your treats? I'll do that. Hey Jadette, how you doing? Great to see you. Just going in here to grab Miss Lexi her treats. Come on. You come out and play. Oh wow, we got everyone here except for Shelves. Lexi was having regrets, a little too much dog energy in the area. Here you go, sweetheart. No, sir. Giving Lexi some afternoon treats. Preacher, don't. Preacher's trying to steal treats. Maybe we should give some dog treats too. It is snacker time. Snacker o'clock at the farm. Granny, I gotta admit, one of the things I love about this is somehow people just randomly want to check out live streams and they have no idea what channel this is or what we do. And they come on and to me, and I'm just feeding animals. Well, hello, sir. How are you? You doing all right? Don't go outside already. We got dog treats to give. There's Miss Shelby. Always taking it easy for the most part. Here's a little preacher. Miss Safira. Little Bernie. Narp. He's like a cute little bear trap. Miss Mama, always ready at attention. And Miss Shelby. She's always a very cautious treat taker. Where did Ringo go? There he is. Hey, Ringo. We got 4,000 subs? That's weird. We just got 100. I just got 120 subs. How did that happen? Well, thanks a lot, you guys. If that's true, I think the last time I looked, I only had 37 something. But yeah, this is the dog farm, and it's fun to just try to put context to what we got going on out here. We got dogs and cats and a couple fish. The fish I don't think are too impressive these days. They're little small fish that my wife will. She used to work in a fish store, and she'll go and. Oh, sorry. If you pet this one too much, he yelps a little bit sometimes. My wife will get. Her maternal instinct will kick in when she sees mistreated fish in fish stores, and she'll buy them. because she's afraid they'll just stay there until they die, and she can't handle that. And good folks and sassy, the donkeys and goats. Yeah, the only problem with the donkeys and goats is that they're moving very soon, probably in the next week. In fact, we walked by there yesterday and none of them were out, and it was kind of sad. But I heard them this morning, so they're still around for a little bit. Yes, senior pets is primarily what we do here. So like, this is Preacher. He was abandoned at a church. He's about 15 at least. That's Bernie. He's about 15, 14. That's Mama. She's actually only 12. Getting up on that little ledge there, that's Queen Saphira. She's about 14. And then who are we missing here? Why'd I have to think about this? Oh, Shelby. Shelby's kind of the loner. She's at least 14. And Ringo's 3. And initially they thought his kidneys weren't functioning, but instead now we're finding he has a growth on his pancreas. There's Shelby. She's one of our latest additions. She's such a cuddly sweetheart. You wouldn't believe it. And then we have Queen Lexi, who we adopted when she was 10. And here she comes. She's 18. She's the oldest one. And it looks like Lexi and Ringo are gonna go and hang out. Z, this is your dream? Wow. Hey Reese, Troy Reese. Well, I agree. This was our dream too. And luckily we fell into it. But I gotta say, this is one of the funnest things about life for me. Is, one of my favorite times of day is feeding Ringo and taking the dogs out for a nice walk on the farm, and cuddling with this little guy. And yeah, the whole goal is we try to give these dogs and cats the ability to run around freely on the farm. Hey, Elizabeth Lopez, welcome aboard. Hey, Katie Sandin. The Green Bean is back. Welcome back, Green Bean. And yeah, this is always fun. So, who, like the title says, who's having fun this weekend? Shelby, are you gonna have fun this weekend? Oh, I hear some hissing. I heard a hiss. Where's the hiss? Who's hissing? What do we have here? You two. Were you being a bully? Do you want to go back? You can go back. See you, Queen. You don't have to go. In the house, we have about 7 at any given time. My wife used to run a hospice animal care company, and she'd go to other people's houses and take care of dying animals. Oh, good kisses. Kisses from Miss Lexi. See you, Queen. You want me to come in and play with you, don't you? I wish I could, but I got it. I got everyone on the live stream. Dua, I appreciate you being a big fan. I really do. This is fantastic. We really do our best here to, try to provide an entertaining environment. Oh, what do we got going on here? Here's some of the butterflies we found laying around at the farm, and the greenhouse all passed away. Where did I see you go? Anybody want to see a funny album cover? Remember this guy? Does it smell like animal? No, actually it smells pretty good in this place. We do a really good job cleaning, and these animals are very clean. Do I smell like animal though? Yes, I usually smell like animal. Did I not just, where did Ringo disappear to? Oh, there he is. Ringo. That's where Lexi goes to hide. Why are you hiding? Crockett, yeah. Remember Don Johnson put out this album? Back when he was king of the world? Heartbeat. You know, that's, let me try to get the glare off. That's when he was, you know, looking that part in Miami. There he went. Pink, this started 21 minutes ago. Good to see you. See you, Green Bean. Have a good one. What do you see? Do you see mice? I hope you do. I hope you turn into our mice catcher. Maybe we can get Ringo to catch a mice live on air. You'll be there at night and be there around noon? No problem, Green Bean. Take care. Freaking Ringo, yeah. You two smell like creatures? That's awesome. To be honest, what's my animal that is most sick, says, ask Green Bean. Well, right now that would be Ringo, the youngest. Are you the sickest? Or are you just the loudest and most cutest? They should be here soon. I have 2 clients left. They should be here soon. Gotcha. Then you're going to have a good weekend. What's your plan, Pinky? Ooh. It is 100 degrees out. Look at that. 100. Ooh, sorry. My fault. I can hear out in the greenhouse. There's my fan. The fan is running in the greenhouse. It turns on whenever it hits 90 degrees. And I watered my starters. They're looking a lot better, everyone. Ringo, why do you want to hang out outside when it's 100 degrees? If it's 100 degrees here, I can only imagine how hot it is near Miami, Pink. Hey, sweetheart. Miss Shelby, cute little thing. This is one of the sweetest dogs on the planet right here. Aw. Hey, Eric Griffin. I am in the Middle Tennessee area, just north of Nashville. And they called for a hot weekend, and here it is. Yeah, there we go. Everyone's coming back in. Good plan, Ringo. It's nice in here, isn't it? You coming in? Careful. Miss Shelby's always a little jumpy. Honestly, I would, Ooh! Sorry. 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 Everyone cool? Everyone's cool. I don't know. I mean, there's hot and then there's humid hot. And honestly, there's cold and then there's humid cold. Like I grew up in a place that was humid cold, and I gotta tell you that is when they say the word a place is bone chilling, that was bone chilling. And then then there's hot like the Amazon jungle, just humid and hot. And then there's hot like New Mexico, which is dry heat. And some people say that's not as bad, but that's still not cool. Hi. Sorry I got in your tail a little bit. Your tail okay? Are we still friends? Humid cold is not fun. It's 1 a.m. where Dua is. Wow. Did you have a fun evening? If you're still up late, I bet you had a fun evening. Let's see if I can sit down with everyone for a minute. Bernie stealing the shot. Yeah, I mean, I've had friends like go to college in Arizona, and look at this guy. This guy has got my back. He is my security right now. These two are always on me. Hey, Cane Boy, welcome back. Bernie, yeah, he's an absolute delight. He's just a little thief at dinner time. He likes to start. I'll turn my back for a second, and he'll have half of a bowl of food that's not his eating. But I'm desperately trying to keep him from getting too heavy. But I think I'm doing pretty good. He looks pretty good for his old age. How about you? How you doing? How about you, Ringo? Can I get down lower? There we go. Thank you, Granny. Oh. Are you going to take us on a Ringo? Oh, leave. That was a back off. I need my space. You can have it, Queen. By all means, we'll just hang out here with this little cute guy. The Grand Inquisitor, you find this relaxing. Well, thank you very much. This is what I call a good life, where I like to just chill out with the animals and pet them and give them some love. And everyone just sort of peacefully lives, and the only thing that gets messed up is me maybe stepping on a foot here or there inadvertently. The Grand Inquisitor. I feel like that, or maybe there's just a band called Inquisitor. A cat will tell you when it's enough. Yeah, you're right. Thing is Ringo has always just been so needy for attention that I haven't seen an end to it. But yeah, here's this cute little burn. When we picked him up, he does look good. He has been trimming out nicely. I should spoil these guys tonight with a treat. I don't know about you though. If cats could talk, well, you definitely tell that this one wants to. He'd probably just say more. Oh, what's this? What did I find? Did I find a spot? Bernie's got this short, wiry hair. It's so fascinating. Makes you feel like an incel when you get rejected by a cat. I mean, yeah, I get it. Who's that hiding over there? Miss Saphira, always the vigilant watcher. So does anyone else have anything fun happening? Oh, wow. Here comes Shelby in the dog door. Hey, gal. Hot dogs and cool cats. I made chili dogs last night. Those were hot dogs. Hey, how are you? Sweetheart. You gotta clean your eye bugs. I really have been fortunate. We've probably taken in 10 to 12 dogs total now. They've all just been sweethearts. I mean, you know, we've had some bumpy parts, but they've always just been sweet animals. Where you going, Rango? Hi. Hi. See, I never barely even touched you, and you gave me a little meat. I'll tell you one thing. Preacher has been a little too fascinated with that butt. And it's really been driving my wife crazy, but I think we're finally at a point where it's not happening so much. Real life friends at the moment, and it's harder to make friends in person. Yeah, I get that. At the same time, too, though, I was also like, I think a part of growing up is, you know, I mean, yeah, there are people that need friends, and everyone needs a support structure, but I started to feel like as my friends were pairing off and getting married and having kids, you know, like that's what's the most important thing. And then, you know, hanging out on the weeknights with friends became less of a thing. And then hanging out every weekend became less of a thing. And then it turned into just like going to cookouts occasionally. And then even that became less of a thing. And I just started to realize, like, it's not necessarily me, it's just life. But if you ever want to get out and you want to make friends and you want to be social, it's something you really got to put the effort into. You really want to just pick up and get out there and find people who have some common interests. You need to have one binding factor that makes you want to get out. Makes them want to get out. And I feel like, you know, for some people it can be church, for other people it can be a cool music scene, for other people it can be a book club, for other people it could be a running club or a hiking club. You know, and then other people just get a bunch of dogs and cats and decide not to go anywhere. So and then, yeah, some people get on YouTube live chats and start hanging out too and chatting away. I've noticed that a big part about this YouTube channel is just the people. And yeah, and it's hard to get out, but like I was saying, you've got to make that move. Like I remember when I was in my late 20s, and I was just nonstop worried about working and nothing else, and just working and working and working. And, you know, I was barely keeping myself above water. And Friday, Saturday night would come, and I would just be glad that I finally had time to do what I wanted. Like even that was considered a gift, you know. And you know, eventually that's just not enough. And sure, the internet is how people socialize now, but there is real life. Don't ever discount it. And honestly, the thing that saved me was the music scene. But I was in a town with a really cool music scene, and I didn't really realize it for a number of years because I was so busy and too tired to go out. But then I started to do it. I started to get out more, and I made I made 100+ friends in just a couple of months, going to shows and seeing the same faces and just saying hi to people. And you just gotta find what you like. Some people find this at church. Some people find it, in a bookstore, and then some people find it on YouTube. But I think YouTube's cool. It's just a little less permanent. Um, even when you do find people and whoa, that was amazing. I'm not sure if you saw that, but that was an amazing jump. That cat just leaped like 11 feet. Real life is cooler. So it's just like, and dude, on top of that, you're like near Miami, and I've had friends that have grown up, near and outside of Miami, and I get it. It's an urban hellscape, but don't forget, it is Miami. Like if I was in Miami right now, I would go down to Churchill's pub in Little Haiti, and I'd look for my friend Rat. I have a friend named Rat Bastard who's been the sound guide there for decades, and I would talk to Rat, and I'd ask Rat what's going on, and that guy always knows something cool going on in Miami. And usually, it's the cool thing is wherever Rat is. What do you think, Saphira? Where would you go hang out? Oh, it's okay, Pink. That's cool. Don't worry about it. You got to get that money. But at the same time, it's like Pinky, could you ever do like nail parties where like people hire you to come in, pay you a bunch of money while people are having like cocktails and stuff, and then you do their nails and hang out and have a cocktail with them, and then they pay you and give you tips, and then you make friends? Or are you stuck in a world where you're kind of like a masseuse where everyone who becomes your friend expects a free back rub? They expect a free nail job. You. Don't you go barking. Don't you go bipping and barking. Hi, Cheese King. How you doing? We love cheese on this channel, too. And no need to apologize. There's no mistakes here. We're just an old farm with a bunch of sleepy dogs, and we like to have fun. And we like to try to keep an eye on Ringo the cat. Yeah, I said your name, Ringo the cat. Ringo, it's 100 out. Don't go out there. Ringo. Ringo, don't. He's going anyway. I'm going to have to go out there and keep an eye on him, everyone. All right, Ringo. Here I come. Ringo can hop over that fence without even trying, so we have to make sure he doesn't get too far and start eating weird stuff. Ooh, well, at least it's down to 97 degrees now. See, I think Ringo forgets that it's hot out. Yeah, it's that hot out, Ringo. It's 100 degrees, almost 100 degrees. Yeah. So here's where Ringo remembers it's hot out. Oh, did you forget that it's hot again? Yeah, I did forget. You coming out? Mama, you coming out? I don't blame you. Ringo is rolling around in the dirt in the tomato garden. And when my wife came home from work, she said, "Why is this cat so dirty?" And I said, "This cat rolls around in the dirt like a dog. I don't know what you want me to do." Do you have catnip growing in the yard? Not that I know of, just a lot of tomatoes. It's just me, sweetheart. You know, if you don't want to be bothered by dogs, you probably shouldn't hang out in the walking path. Yeah, I think Ringo's taking care of that bath right now. Oh, let me guess, you're going back in. Look at this. Can you believe it, everybody? It's a cat that can't make up its mind. Who'd have thunk? You, Mr. Ringo, are a precocious kitty cat. What about you, Shelby? Are you related to Ringo? You got the same spots. You almost, well, not really, but you're close. You got that cute brown in you also. Well, either way, it's always fun chatting with everyone. And I hope everyone has a good weekend. And I don't mean to be a person that gives unsolicited advice. I just feel bad when someone says they wish they could make friends easier. Because I know I've been there 100,000 times. I think just lastly about that is when people start to confuse work with social life. Because that was definitely happening to me at certain points too, where I was working with a lot of really amazing people, and in real life I would have made friends with them in a second, but everyone was so busy with what we were doing that no one ever had any time to hang out. And that became even more heartbreaking. People are hard to trust. I get it. I guess I just wear my heart on my sleeve and I don't really care. And I just try to be the truth teller. That always puts you in a spot where people are ready to throw you out. Hey Pink, I appreciate you too, and I consider you a friend. And if I was in Miami right now, I'd force you to come out and go down to Churchill's and we'd hang out with Rat and watch some weird ass music that we both hate. It's all right. And let a client buy you a drink. Or if you don't drink, you don't have to have alcohol. You can always just order a club soda or whatever. That's a good idea too. Do industry nail parties. Plus, there's also those parties where you bring your own clothes and everyone swaps out clothes and trades clothes and has drinks. Oh, Pink. Okay, so you just do the waxing. Wow. I guess that might be people probably wouldn't consider that a fun time to do socially, I suppose. Would wax parties be fun? I just don't know. How is it out there? Is it hot? Is it hot as can be? Oh. Oh. Pushy boy. He's my man. I never thought I'd have a dog this as loyal as this little guy. My little murderer. Hey Lee, good to see you, man. Thanks for the nice comments I've been seeing. And you too, also Granny and Pink. I was just answering some comments today, and I saw some from Lee. We got Bernie here also hanging out. Everyone else is just kind of out there sleeping. And just having a little live stream, a little Saturday live stream. Hope you got good plans this weekend. You're gonna have some fun. Oh, do the old wax eyebrows. That could be fun. Thanks, Lee. I really appreciate it. And Donna Burnett, good to see you. How you doing? That's one thing about him. He always puts his head down. I think it's because his eyesight's going, but he always thinks like someone's going to hit him. Well, that too. And I think his his neck and back are probably sore. Where are you going, Rango? You going back upstairs? Gosh, he's even kind of built like a dog. Grant is too tired. Yep, and then bring us to the final step of human development. Just being old and too tired to do anything. Honestly, the only things I really do now socially are me and my wife will go out and get some Mexican food and have a margarita. And, I think she has social anxiety from talking to new people. I don't. I'll talk to anybody. But, like I can walk into a crowd of room and just start chatting up with people. It's like, will I have the ability to not want to leave that room after 20 minutes? I can't say that, but I'll at least try. Yeah, you should be proud and happy to snuggle your grandpup, Granny. Ringo has met Lexi. In fact, they were just they kissed the other day on the live stream, and they just hung out a little bit, had a little hiss moment, but it was nothing too wild. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the same thing with my wife, Granny, is being sociable can be exhausting. Actually, lately we're Sunday mornings we are going hiking more. Just no dogs. Just go out to like a state park and hit it hard on the trails. And that's been pretty fun. Last week we brought the dogs and it was a nightmare because Mama, we don't. Um, Mama has serious problems with strangers. It wasn't cool. All the words. Yeah, right. Isn't he the cutest? This dog. He just calms me down so much. So does Saphira. Well, that being said, I had a great chat and a great weekend. Oh, well, thanks, Orin Face 101. I gotta tell you, one of my favorite things are some of these handles that you guys have. They're freaking hilarious. I think this old dog needs a little bath too. I'm feeling little things in there, little drips of dried something or another. Oh, found his spot. Oh, there's Ringo again, doing laps. Orin Phase 101 is a 14-eyed monster, everyone. Make sure to look at his profile picture. That's him. Is that something from Samurai Jack, Orin? Interesting thing about this guy is you can see that, you see that cataracts in his eyes? Shows you cataracts. There it is. I fear one day he's going to go blind. Night. How are you? And that's Ringo the cat over there. One of the new stars of the channel. Safira, you come say hi? Safira, come say hi. You sweet, beautiful ice queen. How are you? How are you, my princess? Yeah, there are. Jacqueline01, nice to see you. We're just hanging out with my old dogs and cats. This channel's an old farm is a farm hospice channel for sick and old animals, dogs and cats, and we adopt them and let them live out their last days on the farms and try to make them as long and as happy days as possible. Yeah. Whoa, you all right, little dude? Don't come in. She always wants to come so close. Yeah, she's our queen. She was so good on the hike the other day. We should almost just bring her. She comes in. Please rub my belly. I never thought I'd have a husky in my life. I always thought, like, oh, it's my brother had them. They're such a responsibility. They're always like 140 pounds and just huge and happy old dog and cat farmers at 5-star package. That sounds great. Oh wow, someone's talking in French. Thank you de prendre soin de protéger. I recognize the thank you. Merci, but my French doesn't go much past thank you, and I can count to 10 and say comme ci comme ça. Comment allez-vous? Comme ci comme ça. That's as good as my French gets. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Comme ci comme ça. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Well, bonjour, BSSB. And if it's anything like Spanish, bienvenue. Wow, Jen Van Allen. Oh, there you go. Stay there for me so we can see your beautiful body. Mco, good to see you. How's life in China? Seeing some new faces and some old faces. Am I overstimulating you, Miss Queen? A little bit. Look, she gets so happy and drunken looking. You woke up early. That's right. So we're usually 12 hours apart. So, oh wow, it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m. where you are. You got big plans for Sunday? Everybody, if you don't know Mco, he lives in China. And 12-hour difference from the United States. But I don't think we have people from just the United States here. Yeah, we got a lot of new faces here. Granny told me like a month or two ago, to try to do some vertical live streams. And it was some of the best advice I've ever gotten on the channel. 5:30, that means we got 4:30 here, I think. Look at her beautiful eyes. Hold still just for a minute. Let me get a good shot of your gorgeous eyes. Oh, you beautiful dog. Prefer vertical streams? I do too. These are just too much fun, and there's no hassle. I just turn on my phone. I just want to make sure that I don't move around too much, because I know that, the phone, live streaming on the phone can get a little jangly. Thank you for your help. Jen Van Allen in Waterloo, New York. Well, let's do a check-in. Where's everyone from? If you're near a keyboard or got a moment, go ahead. Let's do a check-in. I'm just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. You got Waterloo, New York. I think Granny's in the Pennsylvania area. Thank you, Kate. Katie in Minnesota. I lived in the Twin Cities for a number of years. That's great. Beautiful state. So yeah, MCO, there's probably like a Waterloo in every state in the United States. A lot of names get repeated. Kind of like Springfield. But I wouldn't be surprised if you look. I know that there's definitely a Waterloo, Iowa. Oh, did you, Kate? Yeah. Sometimes it's hard for me to see it when I'm trying to, like, when I got the phone 6 inches off the ground. Yeah, what you're hearing in me is a little bit of Wisconsin, a little bit of Minnesota, and a little bit of you can get maybe a little bit of Southern twang in me, just a little bit, from living most of my life in Nashville. But I've met so many people that grew up in Nashville that don't have a Southern accent. So you called Minnesota or Wisconsin? Yeah, it's a mix of both. When I lived in Minnesota, I always got made fun of for sounding like I was from Wisconsin, and then when I moved out, people thought I sounded like I lived in Chicago, which didn't really add up. I don't know how that works, but it does for some. Yeah, exactly. And it's like that with several names. There's so many, like I grew up in a city called Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I think there's a Milwaukee, Milwaukee, in probably 5 or 6 different states. But they're much smaller cities. People usually just think of, like, the city with the largest, the one with the most people. Hey, Pink, welcome back. There we go. Miss Safira likes to get serious when I rub the the crinkle spots on her back. Paris, Texas, Toledo, Ohio. Your last client finished? That's great. Oh, you're down in Apple Valley, Lakeville. Gosh, boy, Lakeville and Apple Valley. I haven't lived in the Twin Cities in 20 years, but I know for a fact, like, Lakeville and Apple Valley were getting really busy. Like a lot of people were moving down there. And yeah, they had the Apple Valley Zoo. I used to go down there for concerts. And then my brother lives in Burnsville. Oh, who's this? Look who's back. Mr. Ringo. Hey, bud. There you go. Yeah, I bet. I can only imagine after 20 years, because it sounded like people were just flocking down there in droves for cheap land and cheaper houses. Aw, here I come. I'm not leaving you. Aw. JD Slide, nice to see you. Yeah, that urban sprawl's a real thing. It's happened in Nashville too. It's really, like, you can just even the city looks completely different from when I moved here originally, and that was only 20 years ago about. But yeah, you wouldn't if you saw the downtown then versus like the downtown now, it's two totally different looking places. Yeah, Saphira. Aw, come back. Here you go. I gotta be honest, Katie. Minnesota is just expensive. It's just an expensive place to live. The state taxes are high. Living costs are insane. I don't know how many times in the middle of the winter, I got $1,000 heating bill. I can only imagine how expensive it is now. And I'll be honest, I couldn't save a dime when I lived there. And then once I moved here, I was able to actually start saving money. So, yeah, I don't doubt it. But at the same time, I had so many great friends up there, and there's so many good restaurants in the Twin Cities area that it's very easy to convince yourself that everything's great. But I had friends making a lot of money who were saying the same exact things about how it's just too expensive there, and that's why like a lot of people were moving that far out of town into Lakeville and stuff. Were you thinking about moving, Katie? Yeah, Arizona. All the so it's from what I know, all the Catholics who retire in like Milwaukee and Minnesota and the Dakotas move to Arizona. And then all the people who retire in like the Northeast, they move down to like Florida and stuff. And then lately here in Nashville, it's people from like California and from Philadelphia and from like Baltimore and Miami who move here to buy up. They end up like buying a place twice as big as they had. Ontario, Canada, yeah. Do you want to talk about expensive living? Ontario is no joke, my man. I've heard stories. Texas or Colorado? That's cool. I've been hearing. I've got family in Denver too, and I hear how expensive it is there. But I bet. Um, where is it? Fort Collins. Fort Collins, Colorado is apparently a great place to live right now. Your coworkers are fighting? Nice. Yeah, I hear you, Pink. Kate. I mean, I was running a company when I lived there, making pretty good money, and I could not. I couldn't save a penny in my savings account. Whenever it happened, I would literally get $1,000 heating bill. Honestly, I'm almost so like when I first had the idea to move to Nashville, it was not the place to move to, and that's what I've learned about learning, taught myself about like where should Lexi's in her little by her castle. She had enough, but I do have places where I would move if I had to move, and several of them are not in the United States, believe it or not. Like if I wanted to live somewhere, if like ideally I wanted to live somewhere, I'd probably think about Peru, but I couldn't. Ringo would have to come with us. Peru, um, Asuncion, Paraguay. Very cheap living, very nice culture. There's everything you could ever want there. But in the United States, it's going to be off the beaten path places like West Memphis, Arkansas. You can get a house there for 150 grand, and yeah, it's there's a lot of horror stories about that area, but there's a lot of horror stories about Nashville when I moved here, and they all proved to be wrong. And that's the thing, you got to find where um, something that's just been like forgotten by capitalism, but is still kind of like near a major area where people live. It's like when West Memphis, Arkansas is just right across the river from Arkansas. Um, and yeah, it's just places like that because everyone's spreading. There are more people, and eventually, West Memphis, Arkansas. Go eat at Mitchell's. You got it. You Bird Burnaby. Uh, you grew up in West Memphis, or you know that area well? It is all context and perspective. In fact, the area that I moved to when I first moved to Nashville, people called the ghetto, and I got to tell you, there really aren't any ghettos here in Nashville. There weren't then, and there aren't now. And I mean, you can't tell me that a place where there's just everyone's got lawn furniture out and no one has to worry about it getting stolen is the ghetto. That's not. That's just a working class neighborhood. And but yeah, the area I moved to originally when I moved here, everyone called it ghetto, and um, of course, right now it's totally hip. Right up the block from my house, there's like a coffee place where you can't get anything for less than $10, and you know, an executive from Oracle bought the building that I moved out of. So, you know, it's all perspective. So yeah, in fact, if I was even like, let's say if I was looking for a place to live, I would start searching for places where there's houses going for less than $200,000, and they are out there. And then I would work backwards from there. Well, thank you for licking me constantly. I agree, David. An overpriced coffee place, but you know what else really sealed the deal is probably like 3 years before that. There's a bead shop. A bead shop opened up like 3 blocks away, and I was just like, all right, they're selling beads. Someone is successfully selling beads in this area. And yeah, you start seeing someone just selling like beads and making a living at it in a retail location. You know that money's coming. Here's a perspective of when Bernie's got his camera on and he's getting his butt scratched. Yeah, The bead shop comes, then the brewery that serves really doughy pizza, and then you get the coffee shop. Right, Ringo? Off the beaten path. I'm not sure, but you probably something close to that. It's called Beads in Paradise. I actually had me and my friend had a good idea for a gentrification business, and you basically, and you know, one day still might do it, and you basically sell two things there: lamps and plants. And then you just offer coffee too, but kind of not just coffee for like customers, not really coffee for like general public. And it's just, you just call it lamps and plants, and you sell overpriced plants, and then you buy lamps from like estate sales and fix them up, and then mark them up like 400%. A $15 acai bowl. You were talking about that. You said it was good though. Yeah, I mean, dude, when did a hamburger start costing 15, $20? When did a burrito start costing 15 bucks? I mean, we have hot dog places here where there's $18 hot dogs. Nashville's ridiculous for going out. How much did you pay for a hot dog, Ringo? Hey, Beetlebug lady. We're just talking about how crap costs too much while I'm petting my dogs and my cute cat Ringo. Oh, you ready to hang out with me again? Oh, too much sudden movement, Bernie. Too much sudden movement. We okay, Ringo? Can we calm down on that? But yeah, no one steal my lamps and plants idea. Patent pending. Oh, you talking hot? We talking cheap hot dogs? Beetlebug lady, thanks for subscribing. Hey, and everyone, I always appreciate comments and subscriptions and love, and if you can, check out some of the other videos on the channel. And we try to put out some regular info. And after I get off of this, I'm going to be uploading pretty long video of me and my wife. We went to the Atlanta Arboretum, and we just walked around for hours, and we were just identifying plants and checking out really one of the world's best arboretums I've ever seen. It was so overwhelming there. Lee, Lexi's hanging out in her bed in her area. She wasn't feeling it too much today. Rugs and pillows would do a great job next to lamps and plants. And then you should have a CrossFit or an MMA and boxing gym and call it Lumps and Pumps. Loring Bar closed again? Wow, I'm surprised Loring Bar was still there, dude. Holy cow. That's a name from the past. Gosh, it literally it had closed before. Could we see Lexi? I can go see if she wants to come out again, sure. Gosh, I saw in 1997, I went and saw this band called Bean Girl at the Lowering Bar, and it's hard. You can't even find them anymore. But man, they were a trip. You going up too? All right, bud. Wax and snacks, Pinky. That is your new place. You go for wax and you get snacks. Actually, I went and did a little job a few months back. Here's Miss Lexi. I went and did a job a few months back at a place that, like a little wax place, and dude, they were given glasses of wine. There were wine bottles all over the place. They had pink shag carpet. They had like this pink shag hairy carpet and like neon walls. And people would go in there and get wax treatments. It was a small little place too. It wasn't very big. And people were going in there and getting wax treatments, and you could see that they were getting a complimentary glass of wine with their treatment. And honestly, it looked like a killer idea. Try to ignore the poop in the background, everyone. $25 for Sam's? That's not bad. So yeah, Lexi's kind of a little standoffish today, but there she was. We've got the RC Cola of variety clubs, of membership clubs here too. We got the new one called BJ's. Everyone's talking about. Those are starting to open up over here. Yeah, no problem, Lee. Lexi's just sort of out of it a little bit. Always love seeing Queen. Here's my other queen, my snow princess. Matt's Bar. Oh, you mean where the Juicy Lucy was invented? Down on like 35th and Cedar? Yeah, Matt's. I remember Matt's. He used to live right near Matt's. Hi, buddy. For anybody that doesn't know, the Juicy Lucy hamburger was invented at Matt's. That's the hamburgers with cheese stuffed in the middle of it. It was invented at this old working class bar called Matt's, and they serve 3-2 beer, which is beer with a third of the alcohol boiled off, and it gives you a headache if you drink too much. And then a cheeseburger on this seasoned grill that they just burned to almost a crisp. And gosh, you know what really blew my mind about Matt's was those fries. Those fries are always great. And then one day I finally learned too that the secret to a good Juicy Lucy is getting cheese on top of the burger too. Because then you get like the Juicy Lucy gives you that cheese lava in the middle. But then you got that cheese on top. The double cheese hit is amazing. But yeah, it's amazing how the Juicy Lucy's kind of taken over the world. It's like Nashville hot chicken. And yeah, it all started up in the Twin Cities. What was that other bar that wanted to claim that they started it like just down the block? Was it like the 3-2 Club or something? Or the 5-4 Club or something? There's like some club down the block, and they're like, oh, we're the original Juicy Lucy people, and they totally weren't. What is that? Oh, it's a leaf. Looks like just complete death. It's a leaf. What do you think, Shelby? Is that a leaf? I think it's a leaf. I hope it's a leaf. Yeah, Preacher's hilarious. The 5-8 Club, yeah. Yeah, well, you should be a Matt's girl, because the 5-8 Club's complete garbage and lies. Yeah, 3-2 beer. So like 3-2 beer was this weird thing they would try to introduce And like in Minnesota, I don't know if it's still like that. You could buy 3-2 beer at gas stations, and that's the beer you could buy on Sundays. And for a while, you couldn't even, bars were closed on Sundays there. But like I guess in like the 80s, the late 70s and 80s, the entire state of Iowa is just 3-2 beer. And it's really weird because it's more expensive because they have to cook off the alcohol longer. Yeah, I mean I get sick of beer too, but it's like 3-2 beer. It's almost like you really have to try. You really gotta want to be drinking if you're drinking 3-2 beer. I like a Corona Dark on tap and a Dos Equis Dark on tap. Those are really nice, smooth beers. I also like, but you know, it's like when I say I like that, it means like the one time a month I have a beer, I would probably like want that. Yeah, sounds like one of those boutique beers that they just end up flavoring with a bunch of vape juice liquid. That's the thing I'm starting to see more and more is just look at Miss Mama's coming down. Hi, Miss Mama, cutie. I feel like a lot of those fruity weird ass beers now. It's just like vape juice flavorings. Chocolate stout, a good chocolate stout can be nice. I had a brown amber ale that was really good. There's this we have this local microbrewery called Yazoo, and not too far from us they've got their brewery and then their tasting room, and then they've got this burger place. This kind of iconic burger place in town called the Grill Shack has a location there, so you can go in there and get really good burgers and fries. Newcastle? Yeah, that's always nice. Blue Moon? Yeah, it's good. I like a good Belgian white every now and then. But you know, I'm just talking about the old days. Um, like let's see, if I could have any beer right now, I would want maybe a Dos Equis Dark some lime. I think that would be a good one to have right now, but that's just because it's such a hot day, 100-degree day. Hennessy and cranberry juice, girl. What were you getting involved in? Oh my. A Crown Royal apple? Wow, you liked it. You liked it heavy. A Modelo Dark is good too. I like all those Mexican beers when they're dark versions. They're just good. Lemon Shandy's good. That's always good on a hot day. Or also nice Pilsner, nice light Pilsner. Asahi, that's a good beer. And Tiger, that's also a good beer. Yeah, sake is a good drink. Sounds like we're all drinking tonight, everyone. One of my favorite things is a real like, and it may sound a little weird, but it's kind of an Italian thing. Is sipping really cold limoncello. Sapporo, that's a great beer with Asian food. Here's the thing though, what's better with like Asian or meaning like Japanese or Chinese food? Is it Sapporo or is it just a good old Coca-Cola? Because boy oh boy, there's just something about soda and Chinese food. Yeah, limoncello is good when it's really cold and you just sip it slow. Oh, pickle juice. I mean, a classic is. Oh yeah, have you ever heard of a Baltimore Crush? Yeah, limoncello is nice for, it's not something you're supposed to drink a lot of. It's more of like a sipper. But have you heard of a Baltimore Crush? It's kind of like this orange. It's fresh squeezed orange juice with vodka, triple sec, and then like Sprite or club soda and lemon and lime, and then it's backed with a pickle juice shot. And then also, if you ever go to like a Russian bar, they'll do shots of really cold vodka with a back of really cold pickle juice. And I've had that before, a shot of cold vodka. And have you ever been? And actually, where are you again? I forgot your name, sweetie. What's your name? Where's my Minnesota friend out there? Have you ever been to any of those Russian bars in gosh, where was it? Like Egan? I used to go there, and they used to have beet juice backs. So you do vodka shots and do a beet juice shot, or else you do vodka and then a pickle juice shot. And if you do the pickle juice shot, you don't apparently don't get hungover. Katie, that's it. Sorry, Katie. Gosh, how could I forget that? Katie's one of the most Minnesota names out there. It's supposed to help you with a hangover. But yeah, there were some amazing Russian bars. Oh, Mama's laying out. She's finally letting loose, everyone. All the world's anxiety slips away. There it is. This dog has got so much pent up anxiety. It's amazing. Granny says, rest up, Mama. Go ahead and rest up. Take it easy. Belly feathers. I've never heard that one. That's awesome. Belly feathers. She's definitely got belly feathers. Let's zoom in. Belly feathers. Oh, it's all good, Katie. I was just wondering if you went to any of those Russian social clubs that were in like Egan and all that. There's a couple like Russian social clubs. I think there's like an Egan. They're around the Twin Cities, but they would have actually there was one in Selby Park in St. Paul years ago too, a Russian bar. And they'd always do like vodka. Do a cold shot of vodka with a pickle juice shot on the back end to chase it. I mean, I guess it's not much different than listening to a podcast and you're just hearing my voice. And unless your radio reads off the comments. Nice, Katie. It sounds like we traveled in the same circles almost, but it was a big city. It's about 6 million people there, right? Oh, that's good, Granny. You're a nice person. Pinky, you be safe. It should be more like Pinky, you be safe. You are in the Miami area. People drive insane there. I bet seeing a little mini husky brings back a lot of memories too. It's like everyone in Minnesota had a husky. Oh, you haven't, but you've had it. Yeah, the pickleback. It's great. That's fun, especially when it's like 20 below out. Just something about it. But then again, there's always something about drinking when it's freezing out. Make that warm up your face. New York State? Which city? Or New York, New York? Oh, the fair has that? Okay. For those who don't know, the Minnesota State Fair is iconic for ridiculous amounts of weird food. And good old ice fishing. Oh, Brooklyn. Well, yeah, that's going to be expensive. Look at all of them. They're all asleep right now. Well, almost all of them. Earl Hooker, how you doing? Are you related to John Lee Hooker? One of my favorite musicians ever. Yeah, Saphira is still kind of waiting. They're all kind of like anticipating their evening walk because they get dinner right after that. Look at this one though, in his matching bed. Sonny Dixon, hello from Pennsylvania. Granny's from the Pennsylvania area. Look at him sleeping off. That little poop woke me up early this morning. It was my one day to sleep in. He had to get up and go to the bathroom. Oh, a Shelby has entered. Hold on, let me zoom out. This dog will like walk on me while I sleep and then lay down right on my chest. It's one of the cutest things I've ever seen a dog do. So, funny thing happened. I'm the superintendent or like the supervisor of all the work crews on a 130-old church in Nashville, this really old church. And there's still kids that walk by this on their way to school. And they're all nice kids, and there's a crossing guard right at the corner, and she's super nice. And it's a really nice neighborhood vibe. And the other day, we have locks. We have a temporary fence around the church because we don't want anyone to get hurt because it's a building site and it's a construction site. And this cute little girl comes running up and starts jiggling on the locks, and I pointed at her and smiled and said, "What are you doing?" Just kind of made a joke about it. And she looked at me and laughed and said, "Ha ha ha, I know the combination to your locks." And I was just like, "How do you know the combination?" And she's like, "I figured it out." And I was like, "What is it?" And then she told me the combination to the locks in the construction site. An 8-year-old girl. Then a couple days later, she was playing with the locks again, and the crossing guard has been telling her not to play with the locks, but she got distracted, and she ended up stealing one of the locks right in front of my boss, and laughed at him and went running off. So we've got an 8-year-old girl who has basically hacked our security system and is now running off with our locks and thinks it's funny. Oh, it's definitely a kid. So I went and talked to the crossing guard and I said, like, "Do you know that girl?" And she said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, can you help me out with her on her way to school so we can talk to her?" And she is so punk rock. And so the next day, the crossing guard took her stop sign and started walking towards her and stopped her in front of our gate. And then I went out and met her, and her name's Aliyah, Aliah, and I asked her if she was our new locksmith. And she said yes. And I said, "Do you like locks?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, do you have something at home that you need to lock up? And she said, yes. And I said, how many of our locks do you have? And she said, I have 2. And I said, how many do you have on you now? And she said, I have 1. And I said, can I have the 1 back? And she gave me the 1 back. And then I said, bring me the other lock that you have, and I'll show you how to change the combination on it to your favorite combination. And she got really excited. And I said, what's your favorite combination? And she said 1780. And I was like, well, you come back and I'll show you how to change it to 1780, and then you can keep that and lock up whatever you have at home. And she got really happy about that. And so now we're friends. And she stops by and she taught me her secret handshake. And we have become good friends. And me and Alaya are now pals. And that's like one of several stories. I'm getting to know even more of the kids. It takes a village. Yeah, it's funny because she was supposed to bring me her lock on Friday, and her grandma rushed her out of the house. So we're gonna be doing it on Monday. But the last thing I was gonna do is get Alaya in trouble, because she honestly didn't seem like she was a thief. She just seemed like someone that's really fascinated by locks. And, I got to tell you, there's nothing wrong with being fascinated with locks. And my boss thought it was so cute that he actually wants her to have the lock too, and I do too. Yeah, I mean, God, can you imagine too if I got all angry about that and how lame that would be? This girl is so cute. So it's just funny. So that's probably one of the better stories from my week right there. Was meeting Alaya. Her jam is locks. There's nothing wrong with that. And you want to know what? I mean, and I'm going to tell her, I'm like, if you ever become serious about liking locks that much, don't overlook being a locksmith. They make like $200 an hour. It's like more than what I make, I know a couple of locksmiths, and boy, they aren't worried about much. Yeah, exactly. She could become a security expert. I don't know if you can. I don't know how well the microphone picks up, but that is one snoring chihuahua right there. Well, wow. Either way, we're at an hour and 40 minutes, guys. So I'm gonna sign off here. Oh, and you all have a great weekend, and be like Alaya. I guess that's the ultimate message: is be more. We need more Alayas in the world. Get out there, seize the day. But it was great talking to y'all. Take care now, and we'll chat again soon.